Yeah, so I asked one of these guys about that silver strip, and it's definitely a new incorporation into the third rail. And what he told me is that the steel that's in the original third rail without that strip is less. So the dimension stays the same, but the thickness, mainly in the center where that strip sit, is much thinner. So now the silver section is being incorporated, which is a lighter material, and I would assume that's aluminum coupled to the steel, is replacing that excluded steel. Not only for lightness though, but also for its anti-corrosive property. And for those of us who knows a little bit about electronics, when you have copper would probably be a better material, but you'll probably hover right back around that weight. So they're using the aluminum as not only a lightening agent, but also an anti-corrosive agent. As you see them picking up the old rail, the old rail, and they're going to be putting in those new rail with what I'm assuming is the aluminum strip. That is the main focus at this time. System-wide is new switches that allow trains to travel closer together, and in that capacity you would want more reliable signal being transmitted in a more instantaneous manner. Yeah, not only are they going up with the technology and responsiveness, but the permanent material, the permanent connections that are not the operators in the booth flipping the switch is also being updated, and the technology is better, should we say. Well, it's a new additive to the line. Yeah, so that's confirmed. It's definitely aluminum that's replacing that excluded steel. So now they're using less steel, a little bit more bauxite, a little bit more of that red stuff, red earth. Because you see in certain spots, and this is where a switch is. So definitively I would say it is a conduction agent, a conduction of signal that strip is incorporated. So they put less steel in there, and they put a more conductive. Ideally you would want copper, but that's much too expensive. And I think that the aluminum will, because of its anti-corrosive properties, will give you that necessary. Because you see, on the other part of the line where that switch doesn't exist, these coupling are not used. But if you look at the line that they taken out, it has those coupling to make sure that that connectivity is there. Because you would think from there, that switch to possibly, if that's the line that carries the signal, there wouldn't be any type of possibility of that missed signal. But believe me, in electronics, that is necessary. And it's called impedance. You know, you ever look at some of your phone chargers and you see 1 ohms or 1.5 ohms? That tells you how much in milliseconds that phone responds to the signal when you plug it in or when you unplug it, or just the phone talking back to the plug itself. I'm fully charged, I'm halfway charged, yeah. So that's what that strip is about. But it's definitely new, it's definitely aluminum, and there's definitely less steel for weight consideration. Now you say weight consideration. Yeah. That spandex mantis has to lift those flying up all day. But if you look at this particular, and I call this one the baby mantis, the capacity of this crane is only 1 ton. Says capacity 1 ton. So you take out what? I'm not even gonna assume, but you take out a few pounds out of that. Not only are you gonna get better connectivity, less energy being used in the line itself, but you get less energy being used by the crane itself, and better connectivity. Paying that light bill, you want to use less light, right? So to make the MTA more efficient, you got to break it down somewhere. And these are technology that's probably being used in other places. Not only do we need new trains, we need the technology too. Because supposedly the switching upgrade has been completed on the 7 line, but it was just in the newspaper that some of the equipment that was used for the 7 line is a bit complicated, much more complicated than it needs to be. So in working out efficiency, not only do you work out weight, but you also have to work on the complexity. You have to keep that communication going, whether it's on human terms or on electronic terms. If you're a capable operator, sometimes it's necessary to get out of the booth and do a little manual labor. any production line you have, the crane supervisor and the third rail supervisor right next to each other as the material is delivered to the deck. So there is no cross fire on who the crane operator listens to or the third rail installers listen. And right down the line then you have the common denominator, those guys with the white hat. So you look at the gray hats and the red hat, supervisor of the line, supervisor of the crane, and then supervisor of the system. And that amounts to a more efficient delivery of passenger service. I don't know about those seating arrangement though. We got to get more input on from the guys who are standing up. Yeah. Standing up. I would see some passengers sitting down. But at the same time, we have some guy, and it's Saturday morning, so it's Saturday morning, so some of those guys who had some of that Friday night fun is laying down. As we get this D train moving up into the Bronx out of Brooklyn by way of the New York City MTA train, as we watch these guys put in new rails. Well, remove the old one for new rail installation. And that's one of them guys, one of those guys who are laying down in the train. You hear that? Yeah. New York City, baby. See, so those rails are going in and those rails are going out. And a new efficient, more efficient system will be being put online. And you know, I watched some of the videos of the equipment that's still on that makes it necessary, makes it possible for you to commute in the morning. And some of that stuff has been there for 100 years. And this station, which is a control station because of so many different lines meeting here. Well, so many different trains, because that's only 2 lines. Yeah. That's the 6th Avenue and the 8th Avenue lines that meet here. But you have B, D, F, M trains. So you have trains going through here every, 30 seconds, every 15 seconds? Yeah. One train move out and within 5 seconds another train is moving in. So some of most of that 100-year system is being replaced with that technology. Third line with lighter material and more conductive material to make that new switch, those new switch more responsive. And so this is what Saturday, December 22nd, and they're saying how the Trump stole Christmas. So this is the other, I'm on the other side of the tracks. What I was filming is over there, which is the northbound section. I'm over on the southbound section now. And just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about with that third rail, see the third rail there? That strip is not incorporated, so that's brand new, definitively brand new. As I move down the line, I'll be back to see them putting in the new tracks. But as I move down towards Bleecker Street, on a train, this is what, R68 with the funny seats. Yeah. R68. D-Train, Manhattan, exit, Brooklyn bound.